that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drip. Hey, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got.
To kick off.
Here's the former Saint and Viking Morten Andersen to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovered and a Seattle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Morten Andersen to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Pulls it in at the 13. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
At the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
No gain.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
1st and 10.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Barry Sanders, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From just shy of midfield, Marino. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. It's up and good, 15-0 here in the first quarter.
Seahawks 15, Ravens nothing. Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Here's Sanders.
At the 40.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll look downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Darren Waller, 50 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive.
And this is going to be intercepted. Steve Atwater with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10. At their
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
A gain of
a well-executed 22-yard gain.
Seahawks.
They snap the ball at 1. Now Marino. And going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown.
Tyreek Hill. 58 yards. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 22, Ravens 6. Morton Anderson to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Complete.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. He can run for it, and he will. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
By the Seahawks.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just...
I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Yeah, the sun can't touch me, got a brand new visor, yeah. You're friend smart, but my bud's wiser, yeah. Get the job done like the equalizer. And I'ma grab another drink, cause tonight I'ma die. I feel like Michael Phelps. Hey, diving in this pool. I don't know what we have. Hey, I'm just telling you the truth. I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just
We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. Yeah. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, for the...
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 76 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
For the extra point.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry for the legend. It's Bo Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
At the 28.
Space to maneuver at the 40. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 42 yards.
The Seahawks first down.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Brandon Cooks there to make the grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away from the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
Raven. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The tackle made at the...
But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
The score tied.
A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run on first down. It's George. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brought down by Aeneas Williams. A gain of 5 brings up
2nd and 5 now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal on the Seahawks 7-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Stopped short of the
big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Justin
able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating when we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
36-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back out in the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Shotgun snap to Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Jason Myers.
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard.
2nd down at 4.
2nd and 4.
And Jackson throwing once more. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have broken the tie. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
At their own 38-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. throwing on first down is Mahomes. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
To George Kittle.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down, Seattle.
Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
4-yard gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21 apiece. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
On the play.
And we're in Baltimore. Third quarter action, second and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Queen drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be fourth and long.
And it's 3 and out.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
1 yard.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 35. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
3rd and 1.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Baltimore.
It's a gain of 7. First down, Baltimore.
10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And 11.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He may try and run for this. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead if they're trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. He's letting it, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, it's Jackson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. This is caught by Jackson. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 7-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a give right side. It's Jackson, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. The Hall of Famer Jack Youngblood there on the stop.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Another run here with Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Tucker's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? The answer's pretty evident to me.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.